Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, alright. I need to come up with a cool intro. I don't really have one, but like, welcome back to my channel. So today, we're gonna be talking about something that I personally just went through, so it's fresh on the brain, and something that I feel all recent college grads, not all, but a good majority who are interested in grad school will be interested to hear some things about. So we're going to talk today about how to improve scores on the GRE. Now, I'm not going to tell you this is what you have to do to get this score, because I don't really believe that is accurate for like an accurate representation of everything you have to do. I do believe there are some tips and tricks that you can use to really help with that. So I'm going to tell you some really simple resources to use, maybe a way of thinking about studying if you are thinking about grad school, and just kind of how to look at it from that perspective instead of telling you exactly what to do to get the score. For full transparency, I will tell you that I scored a 298, and that was a solid, like, intense week and a half worth of studying. Yeah, solid week and a half of like intense studying, and then like a week of like barely studying, and just kind of looking at it, it's like debating if I was still gonna take it or not. So definitely is doable. I definitely, if your goal is like a 300 or 310 or whatever, I definitely think with these tips and tricks you will be able to get there in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks to definitely 3. But these are some tips and tricks. If you want to learn what they are, then keep watching. So basically, the first thing I always say is have your resources early. So I actually signed up for the GRE on March 30th, and I ordered everything, and I was like, okay, mind you, my application was due today, which is June 1st. So I signed up pretty late in the game. Being that it does take like 10 to 15 days to get the reported. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you about a mistake I made that I hope you guys don't make that mistake like I did, and if it saves somebody some money, it's worth it. So first thing first is the resource. The primary one I really used was this bad boy right here. It's just the official GRE study book. There's nothing crazy about it. That was a thumbnail. There was nothing extra crazy about it. There was nothing intense about it. It was very straightforward. I took out a lot of them. They were color coded all throughout here, but I just kind of left this one here on accident. But let's see what it is. It's already still in there. Okay, so this is actually a pretty cool thing about it, was that it gave you practice questions, and then it also gave you explanations on the question. So it gave you the set, it told you which one was right, and then if you wanted to, they went to further explanation of why it was right and just ways you could think about it to really just get it right next time. So that was a big help here. And then with this, I always say there is 2 practice tests here in the back. There's 2 and this is a GRE practice test 2. There's 2 in the back, and there's 2 online ones that are like simulated, kind of how the real ones will be taking at your university that you take it at, or whatever testing center you choose to take it at. So first thing first, I always say first thing you want to do is do a diagnostic test, and that is to take a practice test before you even begin really studying. That is before you even begin any kind of techniques. Just see where you stand in terms of your scoring. See what it is that you need help with. See what it is that you really don't need that much practice with, and then just kind of see how maybe your time management is, like what sections take longer for you, which take less. On average, do you run out of time, or do you have 20 extra minutes of time? And then just kind of get an idea of where you stand in the test. The practice ones for this one, all the simulated ones, are very, very damn near the same format, so you get a really good feel for how it's gonna go. Now, when taking those tests, I always say the best thing to do is take the test sitting in your living room, sitting at a desk. Maybe you have an in-home office, and take it how you would really take your test. So don't play music, don't have the headphones on, music playing, Netflix playing in the background. Take it exactly how you would take it in the testing center, that means don't take drink breaks, don't take bathroom breaks. Like, really try to train yourself to take the test how you would take it in the center. And being that it's how I studied, I didn't do that at first. So that week and a half of just kind of studying, that included me like laying in this bed here, watching Netflix and doing a few questions, and like, oh no, like it didn't, even though I was studying, it wasn't giving me the full effect. That last week and a half where I really saw my scores increase and increase and increase was when I got out of this room, went into my living room, and sat there for 4 or 5 hours in one spot, dressed how I would dress when I take the test, and took only breaks that it said take a break here. So that is where you get the rhythm of it. And then, like I said, going into the testing center, why is that so weird? Going to the testing center, I had already sat through it like 3 or 4 times. So I knew what to expect. I knew I wasn't like itching for a bathroom break. I wasn't dying of thirst because I had really trained myself to manage through it. So that is a huge, huge tip. Do that. Practice how you take the test. Secondly, you have 4 practice tests. Take all 4. If you know you have 4 weeks, I say take 1 a week, right? Take online one the first week, get your scores back, get your analytics back, then take the practice one in the back, review that, look at how you did on that, then another one on the back, and then back, and then back. And then last but not least, take another simulator one. That way you see your scores. And you can see like how you're improving, and if you continuously take it over and over and over, you're gonna see like what areas you still get tripped up on and what things are registering for you and which aren't. So definitely practice makes perfect, but give yourself time. If you know you're taking your test in a month, do not play yourself and wait till the last week and a half to really start studying. Study 4 weeks in advance, and that includes like, don't just study, you know, one practice set. Don't just study one like little question set. Like, try to bounce back and forth. Something that is really helpful is if you have, like, you know, today is a verbal and work on all my verbal. And with verbal, there's 3 different types of verbal. You have the reading comprehension one. You have that whole ABC pick which word out of the tabs works correctly with the sentence. And then you have that one where it's the pick the 2 that are similar. So I can actually show you. That would be helpful. So that's what I mean, like, practice. So today's a verbal day that I'm going to practice vocab for the 2 similar words. And make that your day. Like, go in it with the plan. Say, okay, this is a verbal week. So first day is the matching words. The second day is reading comprehension. The third day, you're doing the fill in the blanks. So really just be strategic with your planning, strategic with your studying, and stick to the plan you've set out, and it'll really work for you. Then, something that I did not know until I did some research of my own is that Gooosh. Now, Gooosh, this is not ad or anything, Gooosh is a online free GRE vocab word place thing, and you go to it and it gives you free GRE vocab words flashcards. It's already made for you. I think there's at least 20 decks. I myself did too, and it was because as I was taking the practice test, I realized that I was not so hot in the 2 words matching. Like, I didn't know what anything meant, and so I needed to like get some more vocab in my head. So even if you're not sure about taking the GRE yet, if you're not sold on taking it, start with vocab early. Just, I mean, 1, you could never know too many words. 2, what's the worst that could happen? You can use some fancy words when your family at, you know, the barbecue. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You know, like, nothing. Nobody is like, ugh, I don't want to learn anything else new in this world ever. There's really cool words. There's words that I thought I knew the meaning to that I clearly do not know the meaning to, but I've heard them used in the sentences throughout my life, and I just assumed that's what it meant, and it does not mean that. So, you know, go for it. Just learn. But that helps a lot, especially if you are struggling in that word, picking the word out segment of the GRE. Those are lifesavers. And then on top of that, it's free. So you don't, no harm, no foul. That. Then I would say the last thing is to prepare yourself mentally. So if you know where your test is, take a drive through. Like, go to the campus, see where you park, make sure you know where make sure you know where the center is, make sure you understand like where you're supposed to go. Just have all your things with you. I would definitely say don't bring your phone to like study while you're in the lobby waiting to go take the test. Like, it messes with you a little bit. Huge. Do not overstudy on your day before. Now, my friend told me this back when I was taking the GRE, and she told me this because she took it way before me, like way. And she was saying, don't overstudy on that last day before you go in, because you can like overexert yourself and can really mess yourself up. If you've been studying for 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, don't just be like, oh, I have to study all day today to pass the test. Now, being that I wasn't, I did that a lot in like my undergrad years, I realized that you retain a lot more from the studying you did beforehand. So just take that day easy. That's the day you might want to like, maybe watch some Netflix and just flip through it a little bit, slowly but surely, kind of get a little refresher on, but don't stress yourself out about it. And I believe you guys will do just fine. It's not as scary as it sounds. It's not as intimidating as it sounds. I personally feel as if the SAT was a lot scarier, because one, you're in high school, so you're like, oh, my whole future's on the line here. And I think it's scary, and like, you've never taken a test like that with your SAT. But with the GRE, you kind of taken one like that before, right? You took the SAT, you took the ACT, so you kind of have some minor recollection of what it is like to take that test. So don't freak yourself out. You got it. And preparation is key. If you feel prepared in your heart of hearts, then you are prepared. Honestly, it's not something that is mind-boggling. It's not something that is just like, what the fuck. Now, I will say, some of those questions you have probably never seen since forever. But study hard. Just study and you're fine. Same thing as SAT, like, you've never seen shit like it before. But when you think about it, you've learned the material, so do it. Just study hard and enjoy. And I believe in all of you. I believe you guys truly have the power to succeed, and I wish you all the best. And if you want to see more videos about grad school or GREs and have any questions, just leave it down below for me, you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.